Hello, I hope you're well and that this video finds you in good health. Karen and I and almost the rest of our family are just getting over COVID right now, so that was a new experience, but I'm very glad to be on the downstream side of that and thankful that the Lord preserved our lives through that. And we have not only hope for the future, but we have a great calling here in Grand Junction. As you know, God called Kieran and I to move to Grand Junction from Jackson, Mississippi, after 30 years of working with Bali Magnificat. And God called us here to start a new life and new ministries, and in particular, this ministry on the campus of Colorado Mesa University. When I was getting ready to start the ministry back in 2018, we had arrived here in 2017 and had quite a time of it. To the first year we were here, we didn't have jobs, and Karen couldn't find a job. It was a crazy situation, which was another testimony in and of itself. But we were getting ready to start the ministry in 2018. What happened at that time was I was offered a job that was very flexible and a job that seemed like it might segue well with my part-time work on the campus. So I took a job as a property manager managing about 21 rental homes here in Grand Junction. And initially this worked quite well as I was able to juggle my 10 to 15, 20 hours at the most on the property management job and probably about 20 hours a week on average with the Ratio Christi job, we'll call it, 20 hours a week on the campus. What happened though was that both of these jobs began to expand in their responsibilities and in the time commitment that was required. And so my 21 houses had now expanded to 35 houses by the fall of 2021. And the story on the street was that I was going to be managing as many as 50 houses by sometime in 2022. I had already begun to feel the pinch of this back in in December 2020, so last a year ago, and began to pray and say, Lord, how in the world can I continue to do both of these things? I actually enjoy the job very much and had a lot of fun doing it. Enjoyed hanging out with, not hanging out with, but getting to know each of the tenants and dealing with things on a daily basis. It was a pain at times, but it was a great blessing. But what it allowed me to do was to get on the campus in the fall of 2019. If that were not the case, I would have had to fundraise for a longer period of time, perhaps not getting onto the campus until January of 2020 or even later than that. So it was a great blessing that God had put into my lap back December. This was December of 2019. Excuse me, 2018. And so, as I said, both of these jobs have been expanding in their the opportunities and time requirement. And Karen and I began to pray about what should I do? Should I leave my property management job? Should I let go of that income stream? What should I do? And we began to pray in the summer, this past summer. Initially, Karen was resistant to losing this income stream from this job. But as we began to pray, as we began to think about it, it became very obvious that one of these two had to go. And my calling to Ratio Christi on the CMU campus was very clear. It came in the fall of 2013. It required that I would get a master's degree in apologetics, which took me 3.5 years part-time, starting in January of 2014, all the way through to May of 2017. And so I had already made a major investment in the start of this club on the campus, which, as you know, is a part of, Rasha Christie is a part of very large network of clubs, which comprises about 130 clubs all over the United States, a few in Canada and a few overseas. But we made the decision back in September that I would quit my job. And when I say we, Karen and I made the decision that I would quit my job, and I did that as of November the 1st. And so I am now a full-time or essentially full-time chapter director of the Ratio Christi Club on the campus of Colorado Mesa University. And by the grace of God, we did a lot, considering that we had zero point 0.5 full-time people working in this ministry. Many ministries with that are smaller and have less going on than our ministry have 1, 2, or even 3 full-time staff on the campus. And I'm not saying that in any braggadocious way. I'm just saying God has done great things. We've done 3 major campus events this calendar year in 2021. We're having between 25 and 35 students at all of our meetings. We've had several people saved through the ministry of Ratio Christi here on the campus. We have someone now who is volunteering, not full-time, but almost full-time. Her name is Julie Brown. She's this amazing Christian who is helping me out. She is mentoring. She is helping me in many different ways in logistics and promoting the campus events and doing other things. And I see nothing but expansion of this ministry. The students are being extremely benefited. The ones that are involved, they are getting more bold on the campus. They're more confident in their faith, more confident in the Bible. They are sharing their faith very boldly on the campus, and this is increasing. But my time has been extremely limited, and I've had to pinch, not pennies, but I've been pinching minutes for the past almost 6 months and have not seen a way to continue what was 2 jobs that were becoming full-time jobs. That's what the bottom line is. My property management job was becoming full-time, and my Ratio Christi job was becoming full-time, and one of them had to go. And so that's the announcement. I've left the job, my property management job. I'm now full-time on the campus, and things are happening very quickly so that my time is being filled in. And opportunities are coming about. I'm starting a new theological tracks, Bible study for the students. Other opportunities are coming up. We're moving toward more aggressive personal evangelism by our team, by our students on the campus, and other things are coming our way as well. And so I'm sending this video to you to let you know what's happened, that I've gone full-time on campus. I was able to start super lean by having this second job. I was able to start as relatively early, back in the fall of 2019. We're now well into our 3rd year on campus, and God is doing great things. We are super excited. Karen is as involved as she can be, considering the fact that she's working full-time, but things are going and blowing. And I want you to consider to ramp up your participation. As I have stepped out in faith, leaving my primary income stream from my property management job and going full-time on campus, I want you to consider ramping up your involvement. I know that some of you are just praying for us. Some of you have not provided for or not contributed financially, and that's fine. But maybe this is a time where you could begin to help support the ministry financially. If you're a prayer warrior, maybe you could amp up that part of your participation, because as the influence of Ratio Christi on CMU grows, so does the attacks, and so are the attacks growing. And so we are definitely in a spiritual war. We have a very, very unique campus here in Colorado, Western Colorado. Just to let you know, we have 12,000 students on this campus, a very major public university, and the president of this university, as well as the vice president of this university, are both born-again, Jesus-loving Christians. Imagine that. So God is at work, and we are a part of that work along with all of the other clubs on the campus, and we want you to know that stuff is happening. God is moving. Kids are getting saved. Kids are being prevented from jumping off the cliff into secularism and atheism and all the isms that take down so many students on the campus. And so I'm super excited. I see my involvement moving forward and continuing for years to come on the campus. I have no plans for retirement. And despite the fact that I'm 66 years old, I have a great rapport with the students. I'm mentoring 3 male students right now. And these students all came to me and said, would you please mentor me? Would you please spend time with me? And so I'm excited about ramping up my efforts, my time, my impact through the Lord, through the Holy Spirit on the campus of CMU. And I'm asking you to step up to the plate and say, I see what's happening. I see how God is blessing this ministry in a unique way. And I want to ramp up my involvement, my participation, my support of this ministry, whether it be financial or otherwise. And Karen and I would just entreat you in that regard. We thank you so much that you have allowed me to be on the campus part-time and now full-time. It has been a blast. It has been just an amazing experience to see God move. All we did was put our yes on the table and watch God move. I'm not anything to speak of, and I don't have anything to offer, but God through us has done great things. And thank you so much for being involved. Thank you so much for your participation and your support. And please consider increasing your support, whether that be in prayer, whether that be in finances or some other way. If you have any questions whatsoever about the ministry, the direction of the ministry, the finances of the ministry, we are a complete open book. Please drop us, drop me, text me, call me, and I would love to talk with you. I'd love to get with you in person if you're in the on the Western Slope. And just God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. And we are incredibly excited about what God is doing through you all on the campus of Colorado Mesa University. And great things, the best is yet to come, and we will keep you informed as to what's going on. So God bless. Thank you so much.